Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat chat chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me then. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have
that one before.
No. We'll talk about that one.
Terrible idea.
What up?
What up? What up?
It's game day.
Yep.
I'm home. I've still got my logos on. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, look what I have.
Oh man, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm drinking it now. So.
Weird. Oh, I'm weird. Let me fix my camera here.
Doing a heckin' jealousy.
There, that's better. I was mirrored.
Yeah.
So what is that, like a bourbon, or what is that?
Yeah. It says that it's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really smooth.
You and I actually have the same webcam now.
Cool.
Mom did a nice thing for me and bought me a new webcam.
Oh,
the one I had was just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I was using my computer. So.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing, the sound's really good on it too. We used to use it for Rise and Grinds.
Yeah.
So
it did sound good.
Yeah.
I have a little JLab microphone that I use next to me.
Yeah.
Just because I think the audio might be a little better out of it, but I don't know. I don't listen to myself, I guess.
It's better than Dave's audio.
Yeah. You guys having Waz on tonight? No, everybody, was actually my fault.
I popped onto YouTube and I said, "Hey, we're having some tech issues. Hang on a second." He said, "Are you having Waz on tonight?" It's like, no, we can actually hear you now. So
I do have the game on. Of course, they don't kick until about 7:15. So
yeah.
We're looking back and forth. I've got it going on right here as I'm sitting here with you. So
yeah, we can talk about some bowling nonsense for a little bit, I guess.
Why do we want to do that? It's a bowling show.
Yeah, I know. Before we get to that stuff.
So shout out to everybody in Luke's Discord that came to town this weekend and hung out with us. We bowled the Greater Kansas City Open this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Whether you could bowl good or bad, it was still a blast. So thank you everybody for coming out.
Yeah, it was a really good time, and that the coolest thing is that everybody told us after the fact that even if they didn't, because there was a couple people there that don't really post a whole lot in the Discord, and they said, "Hey, we just kind of lurk and whatever else." And it's Andrew.
Hey, speaking of devil, there's one.
Yeah. And they said, even though we don't post in there, everybody just kind of talked to us like they'd known us their whole lives, and
oh yeah.
So yeah, it was a really good time, and
yep.
Yeah.
Blast.
I'm trying to add a photo so I can show everybody my awesome new computer.
It's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize it had a little character in it too.
Yeah. So you can't quite blow that up there. You can see we have pictures in the Discord. So you can see the picture. I posted them online and picture of it running, but it's Uber. So I'm going from 2-hour render time. So for my Night Road video, it took 2 hours and like 8 minutes to render it. It was 16 minutes long, and the file size was about 4 gigabytes. Well, now I can render 8 gigabyte files at a under 1-to-1 ratio. So that basically means for every minute of rendering, it renders 1 minute of video in 1 minute. So before it was like an 8-to-1 render, which is 8 minutes to render 1 minute. And so longer videos, I just click render and I walk off.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I missed some stuff because my preview screen, in order to buff the quality to where I can see everything, it hit me on the frame rate. And so I tried to get it in between quality and giving me a frame rate to where I could see everything, make sure I got all the transitions in there right, and if something was an issue or whatever else, or if some things didn't line up right, it was kind of hard to see. But this I can get crystal clear, and then it renders in no time. So
yep. You started spitting some things out there, and I'm going to just stop you and go, nerd, nerd, nerd,
yeah.
nerd.
Well, that's the thing is I'm one of these. My computer expertise right now, I'm one of those people that at least knows the terms, and
Yeah.
so I just kind of throw a bunch of them out at the wall. I'm not really sure what I'm saying, but it's kind of like a bowler that starts learning the terminology, and they're not quite sure what it means, but they just kind of throw it out there to sound smarter. That's me right now. I have no idea. I know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know enough of what I need to know to actually just get the videos done and get out. So
it's funny you said bowler. If you weren't going to say that, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. So
yeah,
that's so great minds think alike. All right. Well, did you have anything you wanted to discuss before we get into our theme of the week here?
Yeah, since I put videos up a week ago and we were off last week for the holiday, I figured I'd talk a little bit of Supernova and Night Road first before we get into it. So I don't think if you saw the reviews, I don't think it's any surprise or it, not that it's not any surprise. I'm just saying, I think that we had some issues with the Night Road. It wasn't exactly as expected, but like I tell people to do all the time, this is Angels. It's been resurfaced and polished. It's a very strong cover on a fairly weak core. And so, since it also comes at 4K fast, I have another one to show what it looks like out of the box. So
it looks really dull.
Yeah, well, it's not too bad, but sitting next to one that's bright and shiny, you can see a difference. So with it being kind of a weakish core and a strong cover plus some surface on the strong cover, throwing them out of the box didn't really work. I think it was just too much cover going on and just too much for the core to keep up with. And then talking with some people that are a whole lot smarter than I am, they suggested that my layout might have been a little. Angel's layout is normal.
Yeah.
So if something doesn't work for her with a layout, we'll just change surfaces. Like I tell people to do all the time. You shouldn't just get a ball and throw it for a few games out of the box, and if it doesn't work, oh, this ball's a piece of crap. So especially after spending a couple $100 on something, just change the surface. As simple as just resetting the surface on this one and then shining it up. We're going to go see what this looks like tomorrow, but I'm going to also do the same. Mine's in the middle of being resurfaced. I got it resurfaced. Now I just have to shine it up. And I also got a new one to try a different layout on it because that layout that I normally use is really, really strong. And it works on most other things, but most other things that it works on have more of a core cover balance. So something like the Idle Cosmos that has a very similar cover also has a lot stronger core. So even though they're similar from a cover perspective, the Cosmos is a little more balanced because it's got a strong core, but it's also got a strong cover on it. Whereas this has a really strong cover, and I put a strong layout on it that made it flare a whole bunch, but it still doesn't knock the RG down that far. And so the thought was kind of, yeah, it's a big, strong cover. It's right out of the box, and it's flaring like crazy, and it's probably just, bleeding too much. And so we thought, okay, well, I'm going to change the surface on mine to see if that helps at all, but I'm also going to drill a new one a little bit weaker. So again, this is something I preach in my videos all the time. If you don't like the surface that the ball is, some people say, oh, I don't like 4K fast. Well, it's like you can change surface, right? Or like you got one of the 4K fast RSTX2s, throw it till it shines up.
Yeah, I'm already noticing a difference.
Yeah. Just because something doesn't, shoot 300 out of the box doesn't mean you don't keep playing with it. Now, we had a lot of stuff. We were busy enough that I actually had to film them on different days. So we filmed Angels one day, and then we filmed mine. I went back and filled mine the other day. I tried to sand it, and of course, if it's already kind of too strong and it's a cover core mismatch, and or the cover's a lot stronger than the core, and then you try to sand it, that's not really going to help. And so I'm going to go the opposite direction, and then I'm going to try to bring the cover back to the core a little bit, or not, go so crazy on the layout. Try to, bring it back a little bit so the core doesn't want to do so much so early, because the cover's already trying to do so much so early. So try to rein it back in and try some things out. And I mean, there's plenty of other people. Most people have said that other people that I've talked to have said, yeah, it was a little wonky out of the box, but I polished it and it got a lot better. And other people have just like polished it straight off the rip. It's kind of like, yeah, this is a big cover and not so big of a core, so I'm just going to shine this thing up before we even do anything else. So that's the story on that. We'll have more videos coming soon with a solution. That's the other thing, is that I went through some troubleshooting on the video. But yeah, we're gonna get this figured out, because that's something I preach all the time. So
hopefully, the reflection of the TV here is not driving anybody. My glasses nuts.
No, I can't really see it much at all.
I just noticed it as I was sitting there. You were talking. I was like, man, that's probably bothering somebody. But okay.
Remember what the scent on this one is? I know that one's fruit pop.
Fruit pop?
Yeah, this one almost smells like grape. Yeah, this one smells like Mountain Dew, and this smells like grapefruit or something. So
I want it just for the smell. Then Mountain Dew.
Yeah, they both smell ridiculous. The Supernova was just ridiculous, bonkers, amazing for both of them right out of the box. Now on the flip side, where this one didn't look that great, this one looked amazing straight out of the box. We also have medium friction lanes, and the house pattern is 26, 27 mils. And so it's no surprise that strong stuff like your dark code, we tend to throw strong stuff there. Strong stuff looks pretty good. You've had success with your Jackal Ghost, dark code, plenty of other stronger stuff. I mean, sometimes sometimes you get down to a high road or a Venom Shock or something like that, but it's more often we're throwing strong covers, strong cores, or something like an Astro that's got a little bit weaker cover, but it's asymmetric.
Yeah.
So strong stuff generally looks better there, and getting down to a high road doesn't happen very often. So a high road not looking great on the fresh is not a complete and total surprise. So on the flip side, just because this one looked amazing for us, this one didn't look so amazing. You may have a situation where you've got drier lanes where this one will look amazing and this one will be a little too chunky and chewy. Yeah. So that's why you watch other reviews, talk to other people, because information.
Yep, makes sense.
Information. So anyway, I'm just going to leave these up here to look pretty and smell good. So,
well, they're the newest releases, so you might as well, yeah.
Yeah, this bourbon smells pretty good, though.
Well, I'm drinking my usual stuff, so I like it.
Oh, yeah.
A change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once again, there's also thank you to Timmy P on our Discord server. He is from Bronco country, and he gifted me this bottle when they were up here for the tournament this weekend. So
that is cool. We'll have to send you a little sliver of that.
Yeah, there'll definitely be plenty. We can drink it next week.
Definitely want to sip that.
I don't know. We might have to just pour it out depending on how they play tonight. But
brutal. I do want to hear your at some point in time. We can do it later on in the show. I would like to hear your fantasy team. So
yeah,
I was kind of up and down this week. One of my good teams. It was a good team. It rolled. So, and then I had a couple of guys that didn't score real well in my other big league that I play in. So it was a mixed bag of emotions for me over football this weekend. College football kicked my butt again this weekend in sports betting, so I'm not off to a hot start.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Grandmaster Yoda, for reminding me of that, because this is another thing. So here's the thing. Just like, there's plenty of differential in the night road. Or in the high roads, period. Stronger layouts work on the high road pearl and high road because they have a weaker cover. So they've got weaker cover, weaker core. There's a balance there. Everything works together. So if you drill that one strong, mine look fine.
Yeah.
But with the phase 4, phase 4 was terrible, but it's got a very strong core in a average, medium-ish, weaker cover. But everything else that I have that same, like every other phase that I have that same layout on looks good. I've got a phase 2 that's got that layout on it. I've got 2 phase 3s that have that layout on it. They look amazing, but again, the cover strength on the phase 2 and phase 3 is higher. And so when one of the guys I was talking with suggested that my layout might have been too strong for this ball, and I'm like, well, I mean, I don't think so because it's a really weak core. I was thinking it'd be okay because it buffed the core up a little bit to match the cover. But all it really did, it didn't lower. I mean, the RG is so high that it's not going to make it roll much earlier. It's just going to make it flare more. So the flare rings are just giant. And so all I really did by drilling it stronger was just make it more cover dominant.
Yeah.
Because I made it flare more. And so all I did, and that's something that I was trying to explain in another video too, about the amount of flare, is that flare works both ways. If you have a strong cover, more flare separates the oil rings, and if you have surface on it, that's going to make the ball even earlier because it's flaring a bunch, and so it's going to get traction a whole lot earlier. So most of the time when people want something to go long and be flippy, you want the flare, but you also want more shine on the cover. So with a big chonky layout on that core, it didn't really drop the RG much. It raised the differential even more. And so it just made it even more core or cover dominant than it already was. And so I took a potential problem and made it worse. But it's my typical layout, and everybody likes to see the same layout on everything. And as soon as I compare something with one layout to a different layout, then we've already gotten the comments on some of James's stuff. It's like, those layouts aren't the same. It's like, sorry, we got to throw the balls after this too.
On your night road video, did you have all 3 of you as testers on that?
No, James wasn't. He's not into high roads. He can throw high road pearls every once in a while, but he's tended towards bigger covers and the cleaner, or bigger cores in the cleaner covers, because high roads don't come anywhere close to seeing the lane soon enough for him. So,
and that makes sense. Okay,
so back to the phases. I'm thinking I have the reverse problem with the phase 4, which is why I didn't like the phase 4. I like the phase 3 with that layout, but it's got a strong core and a strongish cover. So there's a balance there. And so strong layout, strong cover, strong core, they all work together. But I had a strong core with that same strong layout. 4-inch pin is 4-inch pin up's pretty strong. But the cover didn't have enough juice to keep up with, so it just kind of, the core went nuts and the cover just couldn't keep up with it. And so I'm thinking that, I'm not going to drill another phase 4, but I was thinking kind of the same. So going forward, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the cover core matchups and make sure that I don't screw myself like I did on the night road, because I think that's actually what happened. Is I just wasn't even. I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to put my regular layout on it. Why does this ball suck? Well, it's because I took the strong cover and amped it up even more. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more cognizant of that going forward. But at the same time, people want to see the same layouts compared to the same layouts. But that's what we have Angel for. She's our control. It's going to have the same layout on everything. And hers is more of a average kind of normal layout. If I had more of a kind of a normal average layout, it'd be a little bit different. But I do really like my stronger layout on bigger stuff, or like the weaker, like the high road pearl looks amazing on. But I'm not stunned that didn't work on this one. So we're going to recalculate, and we're going to go shoot more tomorrow, and we're going to get this sucker figured out, because there's plenty of them out there that look ridiculous. And I like that kind of really round,
round shape.
So yeah,
that's why I like the dark code, is because it's a big reason I like the dark code is because of that shape. To me, the dark code is, we've talked about this quite a few times, it's pretty round, and that's what I like about it. So, and that's what allows me to throw it at like say Royal Crest and Lawrence, and allows me to get on top of it a little more because it's rounder instead of skid flippier.
Yeah, that gives you more room at the pocket too, because you can kind of splash them. You can kind of hit half pocket, and they'll chop the 10 out a little bit more rather than something that either jerks or is kind of.
I did not take one this weekend. I should have taken the Dark Code to Summit. I debated it, and I don't know why I didn't do it, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of wanted to throw the RSTX2 intentionally, so that definitely was like, this is getting thrown. So.
Yeah, it looked like you had a pretty good look with the X2 for a little bit, and then you were able to throw your VIP Affliction too. So
I threw the RSTX2 for a little bit, and they were actually flying. 1 and 2, we were on 1 and 2, and they were flying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to do the VIP Affliction. I probably should have started with it on fresh, which is absolutely crazy to me. That tells you how much they're hooking. Because that bull is like really slow and chuggy with that pin down layout on it. And then I went back into the RSTX2 to finish the day and just changed angles up instead of playing the big wheel. I just kind of got straightened my angles up and just kind of tried to flatten my hand out, so to speak. So, but it's pretty versatile. That RSTX2 is pretty versatile for as flippy as it is. So.
Yeah, it's very interesting because it's still asymmetric, but it's a little higher RG, so it doesn't like some asymmetric stuff wants to be really early and then also be flippy. Yep. The X2 gives you the length up front, but then it gives you the asym torque down lane, and so it masks kind of as like it's got a cleaner cover on it too, but it kind of acts like a symmetric ball and an asymmetric ball at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm down. I know we're probably going to talk about this next week as a preview show for the Swiss Trios, but you think that's a ball that should make the bag for Swiss Trios?
Possibly. That the pattern this year is interesting. There's definitely plenty of length, so I think that you are going to need you're going to need stronger stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that once they start breaking down, the X2 is a really, really good ball when they start breaking down. I mean, you've seen some other people throwing it, and because it does have that length, and it almost acts like a high road pearl up front, and then it turns into like an astrophysics down lane.
Yeah. I actually see it because of my speed and rev rate. I actually see it really close to the Astro, and we drilled it identical to the Astro for that reason. Yep. I put a million games on that dang Astro, and it's I wanted that shape again. Now, granted, I still have the Astro, but the Astro is dead. I can tell when I throw it. It's like, this thing looks like poo-poo. So, Brian, yes, I have a 3D offset. I threw it a lot when I first got it, and now I never throw it. So, it's not that I don't like it. It's just, if you keep surface on it, the box surface, I liked it a lot. But once it kind of lane shined out, it gets kind of slow and pukey.
That might be a good one for Swiss, actually, too. Put some surface back on it and just kind of put it right down the side and watch it kind of arc in. The Power Torque, too, might be a good one. I'm sure that's probably already on the list. But
the Power Torque is actually becoming slowly one of my favorite balls in my bag right now. So I've thrown it more and more and more, and the more I throw it, the more I like it. So I've let it lane shined up. I've never touched it with surface again. Obviously, that's going to change in Wichita next weekend. It's probably going to have to happen. I think, like me specifically, I think I'm going to definitely be using surface down there.
Yeah.
I don't know about everybody else, but 1,000 pads to 2,000 pads will definitely be going. So.
Yeah, and we can kind of talk about it a little bit because we're talking about tournament arsenals. That's going to be kind of the idea. We just got back from a tournament, and everybody from out of town, it's really fun to have people in from out of town because Kansas City is really different, and Kansas City is really different from Kansas City at the same time, too. So you pack completely different things for bowling at certain houses. Like what I threw at Summit wasn't anywhere close to what I knew I was going to throw at Lunar. I didn't even take the stuff I used at Summit out of the bag at Lunar. So both on synthetic lanes on house shots, but one was 30-some-odd-year-old HPLs, and the other one was a 25-year-old Anvil lane.
Yeah, two totally different surfaces.
Oh, my God. Totally different surfaces, totally different patterns. And so I ended up fading a UC3 from like fourth arrow most of the day at Lunar. I started off fading it from between third and fourth arrow to begin with, and so typically I'd use my parallax and just kind of get inside of it and let it walk right and kind of pick up and slowly ease back in, because there's no way that you're getting anything down the lane there. It's just on either side, unless you're Trevor.
Yeah. That poor guy. He's struggling so bad right now at Royal Crest. And Bill Pat and I are like trying to convince him to just bring the damn purple hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'll wreck you with it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to do it. He's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Well, he needs to bring that damn good Verge Pearl, because he shot 830 something with that. He went 290, 300, and then
2 or 3, right?
Yeah, he got tapped a couple times, and then the transition started catching up with him about the same time it did with me. He moved just about every single frame that last game, and kept up with it enough to shoot 240. Of course, after that, he shot like 2020 or something like that. It just kind of disappeared. What I was telling somebody else, I can't imagine how bad it is on the right side, because our side was breaking down with just one of us apiece, really bad, and it started out bad to begin with. So.
They were. I don't know about the pairs you guys were on, but they were hooking a lot at the start. Yeah. And it's been since Super Bowl, because we always had the Super Bowl doubles.
Yeah.
At Lunar, and I haven't been there in bold since the Super Bowl. Well, so I just kind of went in blindfolded, because when we bowl, we don't bowl in the house shot anyways. So that's a lot of bowling.
I had a pin down high road T with me, which is an overseas high road pearl.
Yep.
So it's like 4 3/4 pin down, which raises the RG to almost 260 and knocks the differential down a few points. And I couldn't get that down the lane. I threw my UC3 for a while, and then I tried to throw that, and it was not getting down the lane and was too zippy. And I had to go back to my UC3 just because of the blend on the back end.
Yeah.
So just insanely early. So, I mean, you can't get a pin down high road pearl down the lane, you've got problems.
Yes. As soon as I pulled out the pin down VIP Affliction, I knew it too. I looked at Amanda and said, I'm going to go grab this ball. She's like, really? Already? So I go grab it. And the first thing, it just 10 back. And I go, oh my gosh, why didn't you throw this in the start? I probably would have shot a ton if I would have thrown that at the start. But it's all right. You learn. You should do a clip of Trevor's final shot. I could send it to Luke if he wants to put it up there, where he was. Did you see him messing around where he went and stood in front of the ball return to one?
And so John was on the same pair with him, and so it is. Trevor's really good, and he didn't have to do anything for 2 solid games. All he did was just ace shots, and then after that, it just chase it with just one person.
Yeah,
just one person on the pair. So. The left giveth, the left taketh away.
It was nice for him to do that, because he had been really struggling. So, I mean, I'm talking Friday night, didn't shoot 600. Thursday night, the week before, didn't shoot 600. Barely shot 600 on Thursday at Royal Crest, and he's just fried out. And
I think my average in the scratch league is actually higher than his is.
Probably. I know it's been higher than mine.
I haven't shot anything terrible.
I was only like 201, 202, and then I shoot 560 last week.
Yeah.
They're bad. And guess what? I get to hit 3 and 4 a second time this season already. We started on 3 and 4, and now we're hitting that damn pair again this week. It's just it's just a great start to the year.
Yeah, John sent me the video, so I'll pull it up. And
that's the Alec Baldwin, does the Tony Bennett. What a great start to the year. Somebody else asked me another question. I saw it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Trevor that far right just blows my mind.
Throw the ball, douchebag.
And the loft.
And it hooked too much.
That's great. So, are you? I'm assuming. Obviously, this is a stupid question, but I already know the answer to it. But I'm going to ask you anyways. Are you able to share the pattern that we're bowling on next weekend, since it's kind of the theme?
Yeah. Let me
bag?
Find it, actually.
People can actually kind of get into or pick our brains on this too. We have James in here. James can help out a little bit. He's also bowling. So it's 44 feet. I don't remember how many mils it is, what the ratio is. But they're going to be fun. That's sarcasm. They're going to be better than what they have been in years past. It's not 30 36 to 38 feet. So I still think you lefties, though, could still be able to walk urethane up 3-4.
Yeah.
That's just me. And I'm going to say this real quick. If any of my Broncos fans are in here, Broncos country, let's ride. We're getting ready to start. And, of course, the NFL had to set up Russell Wilson, playing in Seattle week 1. The NFL's not rigged or anything. All right, sorry, pouring some more drink here. The only bad part about drinking whiskey or bourbon is when you're downstairs. I don't have any ice, and our ice machine went out at home too. So,
Yeah. See,
Jared Free, Jonathan, what's up, my man?
Yeah. I was telling Angel that every the last few weeks I've been bringing ice cubes and putting them in the fridge, and then every week I come down here after the fact. I'm like, oh, I already got ice cubes down there, and then I come down and they're melted, and I'm like, yeah, you stuck ice cubes in a refrigerator. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. So I started out with this thing. It's just like a frozen whiskey drink, like a whiskey cup, and then I was scrambling to fix the issue that I was having so that we could actually do the damn show today.
Yeah.
It was already melted, and I take a first drink, and I'm like, that's hot. Lovely.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure Jared Freed's in here giving me crap because of my apparel.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I've got something perfect. Swiss Trios is going to be fun.
That is the greatest. And that's the PG one.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the good one. All
I
right.
just saw it again on my other computer. I'm just sitting here laughing. Whiskey rocks for the win. I have some whiskey rocks, but they also get really hot on me fast. But yeah, if you got the pattern, we can kind of. Jonathan definitely hurt my eyes. I'm sorry. I like new oranges. Don't hate me.
Yeah.
All right, I can see if I can blow that up over here. By the way, this new camera rocks. I'm glad I got this one.
Yeah. All right. So it's not too tricky from a forward reverse perspective. There's about an equal amount of forward and reverse. Generally, the more forward oil you have, the oil is going with the grain of the ball down. It kind of works like wood grain a little bit. Yeah. The ball is going with it. If you have reverse oil, the oil is laid down in the opposite. It's laid down in the opposite direction of where the ball's going, and so small targeting errors can get the ball off target a little easier. Have the grain of the oil kind of push it one way or the other a little bit easier. Whereas if the ball is going with the forward oil, it's a little bit. It's hard to explain, but so that's fairly equal. It's 44 feet. It's only buffed 8 feet, so some of these can be tricky because you see the end of the oil. The end of the oil is actually 36 feet, but it's buffed to 44. So they basically take the existing oil, and there's a brush that just pushes or drags it or pushes what's there a little bit further, or whatever's on the brushes, just kind of they let it touch the lane and kind of extend it a little bit. So there's not just oil and then dry, because that makes carry down really, really bad. So you do want some kind of buff to where the ball just doesn't go oil dry. Yeah. Because then that makes everything jerky. So they do blend it. It is the end of the pattern is blended a little bit, but when it's of that length, like 44 feet, that kind of makes it, because there's not a whole lot of volume in the buff. It just kind of blends oil to dry. But if you have a longer buff, it can mask as, oh God, there's oil, but then you try to straighten your angles up, and then all of a sudden the ball takes off because there's not enough volume, so the angles get a little tricky. Yep. It is almost 29 mils, and so 44 feet, 29 mils, it's long and heavy, and so at least that all does kind of match up. It's a 2.5 to 1 ratio, so it is a sport pattern, so this is going to keep you honest, but because of the volume and the length, it's going to let people play a little bit straighter. And then as you move in, it's going to open up a little bit. This is going to be playable for a bunch of people on both sides of the lane for a bunch of different styles. I think this is a really good pattern.
I like it. So while we're looking at that, let's take 6 balls. Obviously, you're going to take plastic, so 5. What do you think?
So I'm taking the 1 pitch black. I'm also drilling my new pitch black.
Freshie?
I've got a freshie pitch black that I didn't have in time for nationals, or I was going to drill it and take it to nationals. So I'm taking 2 pitch blacks, at least 2 promotions because I've got 2. And then the Idle Cosmos, I think, is going to look really good down there. Axiom is going. UC3. That's more than 6. But if I had to pick just 6, I would go 2 promotions, 2 pitch blacks, UC3 plastic.
It's fair. Because this is the first time I'm really looking at it. Obviously, I'm taking plastic, and I'm definitely going to take more than 5 balls. So, I think a Venom Shock is going to go, and it's definitely going to get some surface on it. Probably take like a Black Widow 2.0.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Paragon Power, or Black Widow 2.0, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a Jackal Ghost. I might even take a Forge Flare.
Yeah.
Might even take a Forge Flare. The RSTX2 will go in case I need something clean.
Yeah. There's going to be enough surface going down the lane that I think that you're going to need it eventually. Because I
think I'm going to be able to get, at some point in time, get left and jump in with something like that clean cover. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of, it's what I was talking about earlier. Instead of playing a lot of shape, just kind of feeding, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just playing them and getting left and playing them straighter. I know that sounds weird. People don't understand, thinking I'm crazy. They don't know what that means, but
yeah. No, I mean, sometimes you do have to keep your angles tight, especially on this volume and this length. You've got to move everything left all at the same time. You can't just move in and swing it out there and count on it booming back.
And I think Jared's right. I do think solid symmetrical balls will be key.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of taking a Forge Flare and just hitting it with a crap load of surface.
Yeah, because of that for the fresh, I mean, you're going to need traction at that volume.
Yeah, exactly. So they had. Oh, so you want to pop up what James said just now? That if that helps.
Yeah.
So at Luke Rose, from what Matt McFadden was saying, they had Keiko come to custom design the patterns this year. Excited to see how this plays out. And if, for those that don't know or are not familiar with the Swiss Trios in Wichita, Matt McFadden is the tournament director. So I think they had a custom design last year too, didn't they? Maybe not.
I don't know. I don't know if they picked it or what, but yeah, this is a. And they did name it 2022 Swiss Trios. So in years past, they have picked they've chosen an existing pattern, because I remember we bowled on Sunset Strip one year, and so
Wasn't that my first year with you?
This makes sense, because the problem in the past couple years has been that the lefties with the Purple Hammers have just ran over the field.
Bang on thing.
Load them down, but we've had shorter, heavier patterns. Like last year, I think it was 37 feet and 33 mils or something.
Yeah.
You're just begging for lefties with urethane to run over that. And so that's been the general complaint, is that they were tough on the right side last year, and then they were tough as they broke down. They never opened up. So, I mean, the lefties.
Sorry, I sent that pattern to Trevor earlier, or a couple of, when they first announced it. Like I sent it to you and James, and he says, "Great, I'm going to average 140." I said, "Oh, shut up." But no, I'm looking forward to it. This tournament is my favorite tournament of the year. Mm-hmm. I would definitely say it's in our area. It's the biggest tournament of the year, if outside of like Springfield, when it comes to actual format tournament instead of a singles doubles team event. Mm-hmm. Your typical 2-day, events. This tournament, like I said, I look so much forward to this every year. It's the format with the 6 games each day, bowling head to head for your points for the weekend, grinding. It's a position round every game. And that's what's awesome, is you literally could go 4-0, you could go 0-4, and I don't know, it's a grind. It really is. It's hard. And
yeah, I mean, winning, getting a solid amount of points a few games in a row doesn't really help you out if it knocks you up in the standings just to get the crap kicked out of you and go back down. But if you have a couple bad matchups, or you get unlucky for a couple games, it kicks you down with everybody else that's not doing that great, or that's had some bad luck or whatever else, and then you can, start working your way back up again. And so it is kind of a roller coaster sometimes. There are some times where we start getting ahead of steam, and then we go into, we get up against the people that are bowling good, and then we fall back a little bit, and then we kind of bounce around like a ping pong ball back and forth. But that's what happens to a lot of people, and it really doesn't matter what happens the first day, because unless you just have the worst luck in the world and you're bowling terrible, you're going to have a few points. And so even if you go like, 6 games, 5 points, 30 points total, even if you go 10-20 the first day, I mean, you can have a good second day and get right back up there.
You shoot 190 all day, you could probably win a lot of points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It sounds crazy that 190, probably thinking I'm crazy, but if you average 190 for the weekend, you will win a lot of points.
And I think I changed the layup or the layout. No, line up. Holy crap. I changed the lineup for us this year. So I think I don't remember whether I put you 1-2 and you and Bruce are 1-2. I can't remember which one's which. But I put me back down in the 3-hole because the left side thing is kind of volatile, and I have been putting myself in the first or second spot the last couple of years. Just I didn't know how it was going to go. But the problem is that Bruce was bowling well, but he was taking everybody else's best shot because he was in the anchor too, and so a lot of the game
well last year.
I would have been getting beat whether I was in the 1-hole or the 3-hole. But Bruce, if he was in a different spot, he'd be winning more points. And so I thought, well, I'm going to put the righties up there because things are going to change, and there's a better chance of you guys winning points if the left side looks good. I'll more than be able to handle the 3-hole. And if it doesn't look good, at least you guys will be in positions where you guys will be getting points, where if I'm having a bad day, I'd be getting wiped in the 1-hole. And that's what happened last year. Yeah. I was there. The look was not there. And so I was getting wiped whether I was first or third. But if the lineup would have been different, then you guys would have been able to win more. We would have been able to win more points because I was a complete non-factor.
And it happens though. Sometimes it's a crapshoot, but that's the one thing I love about that tournament as well is even if you just get 1 point, that's huge. Mm-hmm. And I love the team aspect of it. It's 3-man teams, but it's still, I love it so much. It's awesome to be able to take 3 guys or 3 gals, whatever, and work together in strategy and play. Hey, what did you see here? What do you think I could do here? What can I do? Here's what I'm seeing now. Where do you think I should go from here when they start to transition this way, or vice versa? So it's a blast.
It's a bunch of fun. It's actually under a couple weeks off now. It's about a week and a half away. So
it's next weekend.
Huh?
It's
it's actually next weekend. So yeah.
Do you have the rosters handy by chance? That you showed me as 1, by the way. So I don't know if you want me still in the 1-hole or 2, but it had me as 1.
I think that's what I did. You're 1, and then Bruce is 2, and so I'll go ahead and copy this because there's a lot of big names there too.
You're killing me. Now you're putting all of the pressure on me on the best ball. Dang it.
Yeah. you could just lose it for us to get us out of the way, and we can watch everybody else.
Then I can drink there. Yeah.
So all right. So I will put the roster up on the stream because it's not just it's like, oh cool, that's a fun format local tournament. This isn't a local tournament. This is an all-hands-on-deck, pros fly in from everywhere to bowl this thing. There's 48 teams because there's 48 lanes in this center. It's North Rock. But I'm going to go
Bolero at North Rock?
Yeah.
Sorry.
North Rock, Bolero.
I'm curious to see how much changes have been. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here's our rosters.
So let's just look through. We will all the names so far. So Kayla Bandy, she was the Vanderbilt coach for a little while, and she was, I think, on Team USA or something, and she also bowled PWBA for a little while. Kyle Berry is another familiar name. Trevor Dillon and Booger Kroll. Dillon won the RPI a couple years ago for this region.
Also the former, was it 6-game USBC national record holder?
Yeah, he was. Well, he was the 9. He was the unofficial 9-game for a little while.
That's right, 9.
And then Tony Manna.
Tony Manna's a very good player.
Yeah, Kyle Brewer, and I'm looking for more nationally known names here.
Go down towards the bottom. You got a team of Anthony Lavery Spar, Nick Pate,
and AJ Chapman. Yeah,
touchdown Seahawks.
So there's that. So Jared Hromick, which is Justin Hromick's son. Zach Rhodes shot 300 nationals. He's got an eagle. He won a team title at Wichita State. Jody Westner's bowling with Amy Dillon Bruce and Jen Russo.
That's a fun team.
There's some James Kiffin. Keltner, Wilson, and Futrell. They're getting a little gray, but they've also won intercollegiate team championships at Wichita State and an Eagle. Riley Haw, Matt Gass, and Alec Keplinger. Those should be familiar names. David O'Sullivan, Sean Nauman, and Kenny Ryan put a good run together at Nationals this year. Got to watch them bowl a little bit. Tim Penner was at Wichita State. He bowled on tour for a little while. Nick Vaughn's another name. Kevin Williams bowling with Cameron Crowe and Nate Stubler.
That's a team.
Crystal Wilson, Devin Bidwell, and Nathan Bohr. Devin Bidwell is probably one of the best bowlers that you've never heard of. And Nathan Bohr has been on the tour for a while. Brandon Bonner, Ryan Barnes, and Spencer Robard. You should know who they are. Francois Lavoie. Lucas Pajakovic. Madison Janak, that's Packy Hanrahan's girlfriend, fiance, I think, perhaps, perchance.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know. The Herzberg sisters. Packy, of course, is bowling. Packy's bowling with Hartnell and Brent Bowers. Cameron Hurwitz, Nick Sommer, and TJ Rock.
That's a good team.
Cameron Doyle, Brandon Biondo, and Chris Prather. Sean Lavery Spar, Austin Bolds, Nick Parr. He's one of the regional reps with Motive. He's been a rep out on tour.
He's actually he's an R&D guy.
Yeah.
Research and development. He's the one that does all the YouTube videos for Motive.
Mm-hmm.
Super guy, by the way.
Anthony Lavery Spar, AJ Chapman, Nick Pate. That's a solid team. Then Ricky Williams went to college at Wichita State. Also, she was a good player. And so yeah, half. I mean, should recognize a good third of this field.
There's only one person in the field getting handicapped too.
Yeah.
That's
Lathan. Yeah, his average is on there. This is something like there is handicap in this tournament, but it's something like 70% of 210.
Very little.
Very, very little.
Most of the time, if you're getting, and I don't mean this in a bad way, if you're getting handicap, it's not going to come into play ever.
Yeah. And if it does come into play, then it's your own fault.
It means you bowled really bad.
But I've always liked Lathan because he's one of those guys that just keeps putting himself there and he keeps putting his money in and he just keeps out. He's not scared to throw down with the big dogs. So,
I mean,
it's a great tournament. It's a fun tournament. We get our brains beat in most of the time. So,
last year we actually hung around. Even with you struggling last year, we hung around a while.
Yeah, we hung around the year before too because I caught fire the last 9 games and
I actually bowled good on Sunday 2 years ago. So we hung around a while. When we got there, it's because there's also spots where even if you miss outside of cash. There's like 4 to 5 spots that they have. They're basically like cashing. You win prizes.
Yeah, there's surprise packages. And there's also next year's entry. You can win some Storm bowling balls. You can win some KR Strike Force bags. Or you can win an entry for next year, and then they get into the cash positions.
It sounds like an awesome time. New York's just a little too far away. Yeah. It is. And this tournament's hard to get into, too. So that's another thing. It's either you got to know somebody or putting a whole new team together in is like pulling teeth. But I'm glad we shared this because especially so people get to see how much fun it is. You and I one of these years need to do something with this where we go live for something or vlog it. I'd like to vlog it. That'd be kind of cool. You got James there, me there, you there, Riley there. It'd be kind of cool. Why not? I'm not saying this year, but one of these years.
Yeah, so, especially with the kind of names that are out here.
Seahawks are up 7-0 already, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you laugh. Don't throw that in the trash. Yeah. And Russell Wilson's first pass as a Broncos quarterback is over the head of his tight end. So that's promising. I should consider moving to the Kansas City, Missouri area. Better bowling opportunities and way cheaper cost of living compared to the tri-state. If you like bowling, living in this area, there's plenty of it to do. So
Yeah, and there was a lot of people here this weekend that Colin said he was going to move here, and then I think Britt's going to move, and James did move. So
yeah, James did move. So big play by the Broncos. Holy smokes!
yeah. So all right, now that the football game's on, we
Sorry.
talked about that.
I want to hear your fantasy lineup. By the way, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
I heard you caught the buzzsaw this weekend, so I apologize for that.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that's what Patrick Midwest Vortex was saying. He's like, yeah, I played against Jefferson, Mahomes, and Kelsey, so you're just not going to beat that. That's just not going to happen. So here we go. I have no idea who half these people are. So my quarterback is Justin Herbert or Air Bear or whatever he goes by. I've seen some of those. It depends on what country they're from, whether it's Herbert or Air Bear.
Javonte Williams. Oh my gosh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope. Back. I didn't want to do that. Joe Mixon. He had a decent day.
Yes, he did. That game was crazy, by the way.
Got Alvin Kamara, who was terrible.
As long as he stays healthy, he'll be okay.
He's dealing with a rib injury, and so he didn't get a whole lot of touches, and he's questionable. But
go figure, he's always hurt.
Got Tyreek. He was talking.
Eight catches, didn't even have 100 yards.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I saw that on Sunday, and I text Trevor, and I'm like, dude, Tyreek 8 catches and doesn't even get 100 yards.
We're in a PPR league. It's a half PPR, but still. He was talking such a big game. I wanted to see if he was going to put his money with his mouth or his money where his mouth was. And also got AJ Brown. He had a good day. 10 catches, 150 yards. I got Dallas Goedert.
I have Dallas. I have him on my team. He's good. He's good.
Deontay Johnson from the Steelers. Okay, day. Got Gabe Davis from the Bills. He had the first touchdown of the year. So
Gabe Davis
had a solid day. I've got the Buccaneers defense, which they did well against. Of course, they were playing the Cowboys. So.
And Dak got hurt too.
Yeah.
So, Javonte Williams again. My goodness. I have Cooper Kupp on one of my teams, and of course Cooper Kupp just went ape. You know what? So it's that team was a steamroll. One of the teams I have is just going to steamroll as long as they stay healthy. And the other one's like, second guessing some of the things I did. But I played in like 5 fantasy leagues this year. 2 of them were $100 entries, and one of them was $50. Mm-hmm. So I did not want to play another one. Like I was going to do the Panda Pack one, and I didn't do it because I'm already hard enough to focus on all the ones I'm in now. So. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's freebie one. I'd probably never pay attention to it, so I don't want to take a spot away from somebody that would actually pay attention to have fun with it. So
we did have perfectly enough people for 2 10-team leagues. So
crazy week in NFL Week 1. There's a crazy weekend of college football on top of that. So
what was the AFC South that didn't win a game?
Had 2 of them. But 2 teams played each other. Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
I mean, they tied. So.
Mm-hmm.
There was almost 2 games that ended in a tie.
Yeah, the Bengals almost tied. Yeah. They tried really hard to tie that. The Kickers
had a field goal in overtime, or else it would have been a tie.
Yeah, the Kickers had wretched games, but also one of those field goal attempts was a bad snap, and the kicker had to kick on the laces, and so
the NFL needs to get rid of ties so bad. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, they just need to play until somebody wins.
I hope everybody's enjoying the DraftKings and stuff like that. Because I guess a lot of these people aren't in Kansas, so I'm loving it. I'm in heaven.
I didn't get a chance to pop anything in there, but BetMGM had a deal where they had something even better. So if you signed up and then you bet on the Chiefs the first game, and if the Chiefs would have lost, they would have reimbursed you up to $1,000. However, with that kind of a incentive on the line for the Chiefs was going to be frickin' nuts. So you could have made a $500 bet and only got like $550 back because that's we're all going to bet on the Chiefs, and so it's
put my charger in. Did you see the one on DraftKings? It was literally if you bet $1, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you bet. If you bet, you're guaranteed if the Chiefs score 1 point, you were guaranteed $100. Just to score 1 point. I said
that tells you how much money these people are making.
Oh yeah, I mean it's smart though. It's just like a casino. They keep you coming back, and they suck you in and get you to. They're like, oh, if I keep going, maybe I'll get more incentives. But yeah, it's no different than anything else. Denver's gonna have to kick a field goal here.
All right.
And then, yeah, I mean,
I've got the hand size, but I've got the chicken arms. So
there's some crazy games. I'm actually looking forward to being able to sit down and watch games next weekend. I don't know what you're doing, but Saturday morning at Swiss, I am going to do what I did last year, and I'm actually going to go sit at AJ's and watch some games before we bowl.
We might do that.
Then calmer to me is to be able to sit down and have a beer and watch some games.
Yeah, we like going to that diner that's across the street for breakfast.
Oh, that's fine. We did it last year.
We don't really have anything else to do after that, so yeah, we can get there, and it's always good because we need to get there. We need to pay, and we need to. I think they don't have people draw cards anymore. They just kind of have a computer randomize it where you're actually at.
And I don't like that. I liked it when you drew.
Yeah, that's the one trick about the Swiss trios that there's no good way to start it. After you get started, then everything's position round. But sometimes, I mean, like one of the first years I bowled it, our first round pick was the team that ended up winning it. It was Jeff Young and the other one that's on there,
Jeffrey Young from Wichita State.
Yeah, Jeffrey Young, and then one of the other Will Barnes. And maybe Colton Ruschetti.
We actually bowled Ruschetti's team last year. The first game on Sunday, and I think we cleaned them out pretty good.
Yeah, we beat Colton at least.
Jared Hromick, Colton Ruschetti, and I can't think of his name, but we bowled in the first game on Sunday, and I think we got every point but one. And I looked at you and Bruce and I said, let's go. That's a good way to start a day on a Sunday morning, bright and early. But that tournament is so much fun. That's what I tell people all the time. Even if it's a tournament that you're not able to bowl, but you just love bowling and you're within a driving distance,
it's like
come out and watch. You will have a blast. Because we have a sweeper on Friday night that is on the pattern. And I think Angel's going to bowl this year. I don't usually bowl. You don't usually bowl. Bruce doesn't usually bowl. He talked about bowling, but big reason we don't is because, yes, we're bowling on the pattern for the weekend for our 12 games, but they never play the same. So you could go in there and you could have the nut on Saturday or on Friday night and come back Saturday and they're playing totally different, which in that building doesn't shock me. So
yeah, but it's also kind of a long day. I think it's only a 6-game sweeper, but there's like 100 and some odd people that bowl it. So there's people that aren't bowling the tournament that aren't bowling trios that actually bowl the sweeper. Just people from the area because it doesn't. It's just a regular sweeper. It just happens to be if you're bowling trios, then you can get a look at it, get warmed up if you've been traveling or whatever else. But
the COVID year, we still got to bowl it too. I thought they were going to cancel it, and we bowled it.
Yeah.
We bowled it. Was that my first year with you? No, I want to say 19 was the first year.
Yeah, because we've been bowling together for a while.
Yeah, I want to say it was 19 was the first year. So I bowled 19, maybe it was longer than that. I don't know, but I have a blast, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going to my cousin's wedding in Texas that my daughter's in because I love this tournament so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she would have had to have said I do, and I'd have had to say I leave.
Yeah.
Because the wedding's on a Friday night. So we literally would have had to drove after they said I do 7 hours back to Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd have been on the road all night. And I'd have felt really bad making Amanda drive all night in the middle of the night. She's going to be up just as long as I am. And I said, you know what? I love you, but I just can't make it. So Raylan's going with my parents. She's the flower girl. Mm-hmm. And it's that Bronco juice, very spicy on your pond. Oh, I tell you what, 7-3. It's not a dumpster fire yet. Come on now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did you guys watch some football last night when you got back, or?
Yeah. Oh no, we set up the computer and went to bed. So
Oh, dude.
no, the Bronco juice is very, very smooth. It's very smooth.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It all looks good to me, really.
Mm-hmm.
Geno Smith looks like a freaking monster. Looks like, oh my gosh, you're gonna call him pass interference on that? Go home. Sorry. Screen variety TV. What? Giants pulled off the win. All right, fight with us. Throw some questions in here, and let's sit here and just chat, play with the chat for a little bit. So we've been doing a lot more of anyway. We didn't really have a topic this week because there's not a ton going on, so it's hard to get a theme. Oh, I have an idea. So we have 48 in here right now. Throw us some name ideas for our Swiss Trios team because we need a team name.
Oh boy. Let me see. I remember telling him something. All right. Maybe I didn't tell him anything.
What is going on?
Let me see here.
Flag, that's coming back. Nope. So I split that. No.
I gave him a lineup, but I didn't give him a team name.
So our team name was our team name last year. Hosny's a step stool. Was that last year?
Yeah, and they changed it. Have you seen my baseball?
Have you seen my baseball was first, and then we changed it to Hosny's a step stool.
See, yeah, there's only two oldies and a goodie. That's boring.
Yeah. See, that's the fun thing is we can actually change our team name after every game. That's the other fun thing.
This is a tournament where, the one year that Wesley Lowe and Cameron Doyle got kind of busted for underage drinking, and they were suspended from Junior Team USA for a year or something. The following year, there were two teams in the building that their team name was Junior Team USA. Your order is ready at the bar.
That's great.
And Wesley and Cam were bowling the tournament.
That's the best one. Actually, Jonathan Tiffany just said, I like turtles. That would actually be great because if you've seen the interview and if people are smart enough, the lady that's interviewing the kid, his name is Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
I like turtles. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Split but whole. I want to go the South Park direction, the fractured but whole.
Yes, fractured but whole. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how close you guys watch games, but which one was your biggest surprise? Honestly, it was Pittsburgh beating Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I did not think that they were going to.
No.
That'd have to be mine. I really
you hear what Burrow did after the game? Burrow just sat in his locker and just stared off into space for like 45 minutes.
I'm sorry if you're a Pittsburgh fan, but that team is not good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Trubisky.
Give you an update. Seattle's about to score again. They're running right down the field. A 15-yard penalty didn't help, but I don't know what's going on, but wake the heck up. I'm about to fry out right here. Don't you do it. It's your fault because you said it.
I'm trying to help. I'm drinking the Bronco juice.
It's weird when the turbo, the Bronco.
Yeah.
The cool way. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, we need 2 men and a midget. That's good. I like that. Mm-hmm. Actually, that's really good. I don't like that. I do. I really like that.
Midgets piss me off.
Our team name should be Kyle's mom.
Yeah. Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. Or Stifler's mom's got it going on.
Yeah.
I do like 2 men and a midget. That's pretty good. You got to make fun of my height.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what it is. I won't forget, though, when we did the Hosny as a step stool and how many people in the building laughed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good. We just need some – I'm a good sport. We need something.
Yeah.
Something funny.
Yeah.
As far as Angel hasn't thrown anything in here yet. Three Stooges.
I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. Wee Man.
Wee Man. That Wee Man's good.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville, welcome to Jackass. That'd be pretty good. Angel throwing next to the computer in here. What is Angels? Does she have a thoughts yet on team name wise?
Wee Man, Shermanator, and whatever Bruce is.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Yeah.
Car Ramrod would be all right.
Yeah.
I need a liter of cola.
I want to go fast.
That's a build and have it. Yeah, that's a build and have. Jen, sorry, we're just sitting here chit chatting. We keep throwing them in here. If you find a good one, I'll tell you what.
I'd like to thank my sons, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I know. No, what are Angel's thoughts on what a team name? We're talking a team name for Swiss. We're trying to find a team name for Swiss. Granted, once again, we can change team names every game.
Yeah.
So, which is cool.
Oh.
Where's that Precious? That's
No. Was it last year that we had a vacancy team, and so we ended up being vacancy number 2 for a little while?
Vacancy number 2, yeah.
That got a pretty good chuckle out of people because we had a vacancy team, and we were bowling so bad for a stretch there that we just had a vacancy number 2.
And that was it got a good laugh. Jared said, "Can I ride the roller coaster?" That's pretty good. 2 years ago, 2 years ago we were vacancy number 2.
We need to be like Eagle Fang Karate, or I think somebody was that last year too. But we need to be like Eagle Fang Karate.
My wife could bowl better. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I also need we should be bang. We want to be as good as Bang on Thing.
Oh, there we go. 5 foot height. We could be you must be this tall to ride this ride.
That's a good one. Yeah. That might get used this weekend or next weekend.
Yeah,
you might have to at least use that once.
Yeah.
Oh, he's short.
You must be this tall to ride. That'll fit on the.
I think Seattle just turned the ball over.
Yeah.
They were in the Reds. Nah, that's gonna be a first down. That's gonna be close. That's not where the spot was. I like you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Yeah. That's probably what we're gonna have to. That's probably what we're gonna have to start with.
Oh, he's way short. That was a terrible spot. What are you doing? Use your eyes. My team name: 5 hands on the future, couple two-handers plus myself. I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey. I like that. I've seen one recently that made me laugh. Pinpricks. Little refs can score. But we have Bruce. Short. Broncos just turned the Seahawks over. Let's go.
Where's
in the red zone?
No, today.
Low reps can score. I do like that, but yeah, Bruce has a big rev rate, so it definitely won't be that one.
Yeah.
You must be this tall to ride this ride. It would be really good. We get 5 foot height limit.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Everybody's going to know exactly who it is. So.
Yep.
My wife could bowl better at one point in time. Definitely. Stick man and a midget. That's good too.
I don't like midgets. Midgets piss me off.
Stick man and a midget. I like that too. That's golden.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some good ones in here. I do like my wife could bowl better though, because it's fact. She wins things. I don't. Can I ride the roller coaster? I do like that. Thoughts on Angel didn't realize what I was talking about at first. Man, those computer stats are awesome. I'm so pumped for you for that. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a 3060 now, and I had a 2060, and 3060 is more than 2060, so that's good.
Definitely no weight holes here.
Yeah.
If one of you start sucking, I'm going to grab my balls and kick you off the team. That's a long one, but that'd be good.
Yeah.
McFadden would hate us for that, by the way.
Yeah.
You did see that Trevor. Oh, you did. You were reading off the list earlier, or you're reading off the list.
Yeah.
That they got in. No, I'm not a midget would actually be a funny name. That's good. I like that.
Making a call to the bullpen.
My wife does my hair.
Weren't we going to do like give him the heater or something like that too?
Yeah, give him the heater, Ricky, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Give him the heater.
Something that what Jonathan needs a perm. Somebody said that.
I want to get like some Eastbound and Down quote, some Kenny Powers thing, but unfortunately, most Kenny Powers quotes.
Most of them aren't PG, but you know what? Oh no, that's what I would do, not a team name. I got you, Daddy. I want a Oompa Loompa.
Daddy, I want a Oompa Loompa now. God, and if you wear Broncos stuff, you'd be orange.
Well, I haven't got my Cool Wick one yet. So shout out on Cool Wick, Rosedale 10, Hoss 10. You can get on Cool Wick your favorite NFL team. So you can get their home and away jerseys, most of them. I just haven't got it in yet.
That reminds me, I still need to get that jersey for you.
Oh.
I had that jersey idea in mind for a long time, and then you were a free agent, then you were Motive, then you were a free agent again, and I'm trying to keep track of what all logos you need on there because this is going to be one that you're going to have to wear forever. So
so I was a free agent, and then there was a good chance I was going to Brunswick, and then I didn't go to Brunswick. A lot of people didn't know that, but that was what I was tossing up. So I'm happy with my decision. I like throwing a little bit of everything because I'm still throwing more Motive stuff than I thought I would, and a lot of it I think it's a comfort thing. You know what I mean? I'm never going to Tulsa again and not throwing a pin down Jackal Ghost. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever wasn't on with Storm, I wouldn't sign with anybody else. No. Zero chance.
The only reason why I would sign with the B7 brands is just because of all the options.
Yeah,
I've never heard of her. No, team name Jonathan Tiffany. Never heard of her. That's a good name.
I've never heard of her. Yeah,
that's golden. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Luke would actually love the back end. He'd love the back end would be a good one. Uh-oh. Somebody just got home from dinner last week. So Scott can join. Somebody just said,
"Still not used to Ray with teeth."
I know, right? What are you doing? Don't be weird. Look who's on TV. The Broncos. Can you give him my house salute?
You told a child of yours not to be weird. That's hilarious.
That's a fact. Jared said, "What up, Ray?" Say hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
What about Luke? Don't leave him hanging.
Hi, Luke.
I'm sure Angel's in there somewhere. Say hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel.
Yeah, I think she's watching up there somewhere. Me still.
Okay, go get out of your gymnastics helmet. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Come here, sweetie. You say, come here, Misto. Hi. There's a Misto. Yes. Oh, yes.
No, don't turn the light on. Just go. Open the door.
Roaches for the Misto.
You can do whatever you want to do outside of here, but Daddy's on his own little set right now. Anyways. No,
right.
go.
Good doggy. You down? All right.
Yeah, trying to book hotels. Yeah, so we're staying at Comfort at by the way. So, 43 watching. What do you guys want to talk about for our last 12 minutes or so-ish here?
You recall a sour grape scented ball? No, I remember that the El Nino Gold was grape. I don't remember a sour grape, but it might have been sour grape. Is Brunswick known for their smooth reactions like Motive? Motive's like kind of halfway in between Brunswick and Storm almost. They kind of go opposite sides. Sometimes Motive stuff's really smooth, and other times it's got that Brunswick shape, but a little bit more pop. So it's different.
So what I see out of the Brunswick stuff compared to the Motive stuff, to me, the Motive stuff is earlier and smoother down lane. And then the Brunswick stuff, I'm sorry. The Brunswick stuff is, the Motive stuff. I can't talk. Dang it. Sorry. The Motive stuff is early, but still smoother down lane. The Brunswick stuff sees the lane early and is flippier down lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I seen out of it. So if I could talk, you guys would understand what the heck I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that's what I have seen. Like the Widow Ghost, for example, is a perfect example to a T of what the Brunswick shape is. It sees the lane early, and mine is pinned down. It sees the lane early, and it's still punchy. So, oh my God, that might have been a winner.
Yeah,
Queen Elizabeth is our fourth.
Yeah, we were last year. I sucked terribly. Last year we were for a game or two. Our lefty is defective. Because the other lefty, everybody else, Trevor was bowling well. The lefties, Bang on Thane just destroyed the competition. I was like the only lefty in the building, royally sucking. Not just not bowling good, just sucking. So our lefty is defective for a little while.
You know, it'd be a good one. I wish our short guy was named Booger.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about that because Boog Kroll and I are like the same height.
Yeah.
He throws it really good. Boog does.
Yeah.
Boog's a good little player.
Mm-hmm.
So what's funny though is my sister growing up. My sister actually her nickname for me called me Booger.
Yeah.
So she called me Booger since I was a kid, all the way till she still calls me Booger. But yeah, that's just had to say. If you start bowling bed, dumpster loading zone, I'm with you, Aaron. I like Queen Elizabeth this year is our 4th. It's pretty good. Or I wish Queen Elizabeth was our 3rd. I don't know.
I might also have to be I Killed Betty White.
Luke killed Betty White. That would be good. I like that.
Yeah, I Killed Betty White.
You could have did something with Tom Brady and Betty White all in the same thing, but unfortunately, Tom Brady just doesn't know how to retire. So he just keeps on coming back. That's good. I'm excited, man. I can't wait. Really looking forward to it. Whether I bowl good or bad, one of these years we're due for the 3 of us to put something together. And
so I think, so we're going to do. I'm going to be there early on Friday. We're going to go hit Central Standard before we go to the bowling alley, and then I think the anchor is usually the thing on Saturday after we get done.
Yeah,
the anchor's freaking amazing. Then Sunday, I have no idea. I'm sure everybody's going to want to get back, and of course, I'm not sure what Waz is going to want to do with the bowlers show, but half the people that we would talk to are going to be at trios anyway, so probably in no mood to do the bowlers show after Swiss trios.
You'd almost have to cancel it that week, right?
Probably going to have to. Well, but Waz has got they've also got KCO going on these next 3 weekends, so I really don't think he's going to be in any kind of shape to do anything.
I mean, do you need me to come in and sub on the bowler show one week? I can do it if you need me to.
No, I think that we just, because he's the one that books everybody. I don't ever talk to anybody. He's the one that's got the connections and the whatever else to book people for the show, and so he's just going to be busy. So, I did it the one week when we had Norm Duke, but that was kind of a last minute thing where we already had it scheduled, and Kim's sister died, and that was already kind of a
We're gonna have, I was going to talk to you about this, and I can talk to you about this on here, and she's a great guest to have on here, Rena.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have Rena on here out of Colorado. She throws it really good, and she would be a fun interview. I think she's on staff with you guys. She's with Rotogrip, I think. And,
I sat and talked to her for probably an hour and a half at Jack Stack after we'd kind of finished eating and people started leaving. So I talked to her for a solid hour anyway.
Her and her husband, amazing people. So I'm cool now. I used to be a bullfight before. For those that don't know, it kind of all came around when we were still doing the Rising Grinds. So, yeah. So she was my regional territory manager, kind of like Brett Cooper is for you and everybody that knows. But she was so awesome to me. She treated me so good the entire time that I was there. One of the worst things that I had to do was send her the message / email or whatever I did, telling her that I've got an offer. I can't pass this up. I'm going here. And it was her. It was the only thing that broke my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she's amazing. And she was so much fun to bowl with. Oh my gosh, so much fun.
Yep, I'd kind of be the same. I've got a couple of people at Storm that Brett Cooper's actually the only reason that I'm here doing this twice now.
Brett Cooper's amazing, by the way.
Because there was one, I tried to resign in October 17, I think. I flat out sent in my resignation in October. I just said, hey, man, this is just getting too busy. It's, too whatever. I'm spending way too much time making videos, and it's just, and especially that at that time, I didn't have any credit to work with either because I was advisory staff the first year, could only throw Storm, period. And he's the reason I even got my foot in the door in the first place. Somebody said, hey, took over the pro shop. You ought to send Brett Cooper something. He's the Storm rep in the area. See if you can get on. He didn't know who I was, but he gave me a chance anyway. And then I got bumped up to use Roto stuff the next year. And then the following year, I got like a couple $100 worth of credit or something, which doesn't go very far. So all the stuff I did reviews for several years, I bought. I paid for out of my own pocket.
You were in the shop at that time, right? Hang on, I'm trying to get.
I was still in the pro shop, and so it just like, dude, this is too expensive. Plus, I'm spending way too much time doing this. I said, man, it's just too much. I've got to quit. And he's like, no, hold on. Let's, your channel's getting kind of popular. Let's see what, don't quit yet. We'll see what you can do. And then that's when they started taking care of me as far as the bowling ball stuff goes. So he gave me a chance in the first place and then kept me from resigning. He could have just said, hey, thanks, man. Sorry it didn't work out and move on. But so Brett Cooper is the dude, and he's the reason I'm here at all. So
yeah, Brett Cooper's a fantastic guy. I've got to spend a lot of time with him through when I was with Motive, doing ball demos and stuff like that. Because if Motive's at one, Storm's at one. We did a lot of multi-brand stuff, and I got to spend a lot of time with him. Us bald guys stick together. So he's a really good guy. It's funny is
Broncos fan.
Angel always brings the cookies, and I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, you want a cookie?" He says, "Not if they're Motive cookies." I said, "Oh, come on now, don't do that."
I've got to take a picture. I've actually got to take a picture of this and send it to him right now.
Taking a picture of what?
The whiskey.
Oh, he's a Broncos fan too. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
My mom actually sent me a message because she said our team name should be Mom the Meatloaf.
Yeah.
From the Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Can't finish the name because the last name is actually an expletive. So
yeah.
Mom the Meatloaf, blank.
Or don't ever leave me because I'd find you.
Yep. I gotta find my charger. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I know we don't have much time left, but I got it.
There we go.
I'm like all decked out. I've even got my sweatpants on. I got everything on. Really doesn't matter. I just need to plug this thing in. Oh, there we go. Now we're in business. Yeah, see? Got sweatpants on. We're rocking.
Man.
We're rocking. Navy blue, and just this orange. Where's the booster seat? Yeah, don't have one.
Yes, we talked about this. Did the night road get any better? We haven't gotten back out to check it out again yet because we had a busy weekend. We couldn't get out there on Wednesday. Then we had league on Thursday, and then everybody started getting here Thursday for the weekend, and so we just didn't. We haven't had a chance. But I was talking about this earlier at the beginning of the show. That everybody's been saying, it's been good for some people out of the box, but some people are saying, it wasn't that great, and I polished it, and that fixed it. So we polished this one. I've also got a new one I'm gonna put a different layout on because I think I might have screwed up there. And then I am going ahead and I am going to resurface and polish the one that I already have drilled. And so we're going to figure them out. Because, that's what I tell everybody else to do. It's kind of dumb to spend several $100s on a ball and then throw it for a couple games out of the box. Well, this ball sucks.
That's what we were talking about earlier, yeah.
Because you can change surfaces. You can even have them plugged and re-drilled, too. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing to do, but there are some shops that will work with you if the layout didn't quite work out, and especially if you're two-handed, that's really just plugging a couple finger holes and moving those. That's really easy to do. So there's no reason not to play around with the surface. I sanded mine, which I think that was the wrong way to go. We're going to polish them, and they should be fine. That's the same way with the Idol Cosmos is a little slow out of the box too. I think it looks better with shine on it because it's a strong enough cover that you shine the stronger covers and they don't really lose a whole bunch of strength. You just kind of add shape without losing strength. And so sometimes that's the trick to these stronger cover stocks. Just going ahead and shine them up or let them shine up. I use the Infinite Physics all the time now. It was a little strong out of the box, but I just let it lane shine. And now I threw it at League last week. I use it all the time. So that's probably going to be the deal with this one too. It probably just needed just a little chonky out of the box. Just needed some polish, and we'll probably be fine. But I've got several more videos coming, so we'll figure it out.
There's another good team name suggestion here. My good balls are in my wife's purse. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
that could definitely be used in one of the 12 games. Just traded my high road. In for a phase 2. Never got along with the high road. Super over under for me. Zen Masterless. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that. Brett Cooper is bowling.
Yeah, that's the thing is some stuff just doesn't match up for some people. Because I've been able to recognize sometimes where something like I tried a couple different Zens with a couple different layouts, and just not my thing. But everybody, I mean, that's been backing up the plant for months. So
I'll say something that'll be off the air.
Hang
But
on,
it's a team name that you would be like, I can't. I want to say it so bad. I'll just wait. I'll wait. That's exactly that. The greatest thing ever.
yeah.
Seahawks. Geno Smith looks like he's like an MVP of this league right now, and I'm starting to get really pissed.
Short round.
Shorty, get our stuff.
Yeah, we might just have to. Yeah, we might just have to be for a game. Yeah, short round, just short round.
That's pretty good. Rashad Penny's having a day. My goodness. Oh, I'm sitting here crying out. Like I'm happy, but I'm crying out.
I don't have React to Gloss yet, but
You have React to Scuff.
yeah,
There's a lot of football game left here, but Geno Smith is pissing me off. I mean, he's just acing everything. Everything. I mean, he looks like Peyton Manning right now. He's like, seriously, he's just everything's on point, accurate. And I just get his message. Trevor just texted me, Donkey's looking better than the Cowboys.
You mean he looks like Tua right now? Tyreek talking up Tua. It's like, yeah, he's more accurate than Patrick Mahomes, who went 30 for 39 and 500 some odd yards or whatever.
Tua's 1-0.
Yeah.
What's this flag? There's a flag here. I don't know what this flag is, but that's obviously on Denver. So go figure. Pig and little fries.
It actually looks better back here. This Angel Supernova.
How much longer do you want to rock?
It's sweet. We can probably go now. I need to get a snack, and then you can watch the game. You continue to. I don't know if watching the game is enticing to you or not, but I'm gonna go get a snack.
I'm getting irritated.
We're still a little tired from the weekend. I
drug ASS today.
Yeah, now most of the people I work with are at a conference in Minnesota, and so it was really quiet in the office today, and I had a lot to do actually, so it was quiet there. I just kind of plugged away at what I had to do, and then towards the end of the day it got a little slower, but yeah, I mean, I was super exhausted from the weekend, but I was also still kind of amped up from the weekend, and so I crashed hard, and then I woke up at like 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep, so I'm going to be ready to get a snack and get into bed. Plus, the new season of Cobra Kai came out a couple days ago, and I'm still trying to catch up. I just got through the end of season 3 and started season 4. I have watched it all the way through, but it's been a while, so I was trying to catch back up. So season 5's out. I need to catch up with season 4, and I'll go get something to snack on. And I have no interest in a Broncos game. So
it's Monday Night Football, and there's money.
Mm-hmm.
And Geno Smith just running all over the place. Oh yeah, just keep doing that. Yeah, Daddy, keep doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some money in there and actually bet on some games here pretty soon. We have betting in Kansas now, so
run those parlays.
Party like it's 1922. So,
and next week, Monday night, I will be back in person. I promise. This has actually been kind of fun because we've been able to drink some whiskey. And I can't drink out of it when I'm with you. It's been kind of fun. I hope everybody didn't hate it too much that I wasn't with them in person. But I'll be back next week, and we'll keep on rolling.
The beer fridge is empty anyway. I'm all out of the good beers. We just got like lemonade shandies and ciders and some other nonsense. So I'm gonna go restock. I work at the office on Mondays now, so I'm gonna stop at Barrel House on the way home, get us some tasty treats, and we'll be back rocking and rolling next Monday for the show back in living color.
Before we get off here, so Seattle just gets Geno Smith makes a big run or a big play with his legs.
Yeah.
He throws a screen pass to Metcalf, who should have been penalized for a push off there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a straight shove at the shoulders. He gets tackled for a loss of 8. Oh, that's a little too sexy. So, but 3rd and 26 now. So that's what he gets.
Mm-hmm.
One last play here before we get off here. Hang on. I know you're ready to eat. 3rd and 26. Right across the middle. Tackled down. All right. So I'll take a field goal here. The Broncos are going to win this game. You can roast me next week if they do not. But
yeah,
they're still moving the football just fine. They just got stopped on a bad play. We're all right. It's Geno Smith. He's going to Geno Smith.
Next week we might see about having Will Matafee on. Because I remember you said something about that, and we were busy this weekend, and I forgot about it. And I thought, oh, well, we can talk about these balls now. So
we could even do something if you want. We could do something, get a little crazy, and maybe have Rena and Will on. You guys can all talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how keen you are on doing possibly. Oh, missed that. All right, it's 10-3 Seattle. How keen you are having a couple people on, the 3 of us.
Actually, that's really fun. I don't know if they know each other at all or not, but even if
they don't, that makes it even better.
Because when we did the Norm Duke thing, I had 5 or 6 people on at the same time and everybody just kind of talked, and that makes it more fun because everybody can add in input, and then some person says triggers something that somebody else says, and so it actually works out pretty good having more people in here.
Why not have Normie on? I think his hurrah. Let's have Steve Normie come on. Maybe he'd have a beer with us.
Yeah.
I bet he would. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Normie likes him some drinks.
Yeah.
I think he's I could be wrong, but I think he's a shooter guy. I think he likes shots. But maybe we can get him on to have some fun. He won't get killer torn up, but
yeah. He is 60 after all, so
when I'm 60, I'll still do the same thing. So, but that's just an idea, something fun.
Yeah, maybe we can get somebody on to talk Swiss trios too. I might start the wheels turning and see about that. So
you can get Packy on with us.
I don't know. Packy would be fun.
I could get Packy on with us.
Packy would be hilarious.
If you want Packy, I could send him a message to see if he's free.
Yeah, I could probably get him on.
You talk to him too, so yeah, why not? If whatever you want to do, I could easily get him on with us, and I'll be back in person next week. So
actually, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do just Will and/or Rena next week, and then we can have Packy on the following week after trios to wrap it up, possibly.
I like that. That's fine. So if you're when you want Rena on, you just need to tell me. She watches the show, and so appreciate her for watching the show.
She's in the Discord now too, so
I can just send her a message and we can get her on.
Yeah, she was a bunch of fun, and talking to her was a lot of fun, and so
she's
move this backwards.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so this ball, by the way, also looks tons. I know you can't see it, but it looks tons and tons prettier with shine on it. So I don't have reactor gloss.
That sounds like a clean cover to me.
Yeah, they're not quite ready to go with the reactor gloss. They're going to be releasing stuff that would have been 4K fast, or that they're still going to be doing 4K fast. They're not like rolling back on that entire thing. But they are going to start releasing some balls with reactor gloss on them. So we are going to 4K fast is just going to fit in there too, depending on what it works on. So, but we are going to have some reactor gloss balls, but we don't have reactor gloss ready for sale quite yet. So this is still just regular reactor shine, but
sweet. All right. Shout out to Turbo, Coolwick, Storm Bowling, everybody that watches. Roast all 10, Haas 10. Appreciate all you guys for hanging out with us every week. And anytime you want you got a theme idea you want us to talk about, you can email us at breakdownpair@gmail.com, or you can just simply send us a message on our Facebook page. So we're on Breakdown Pair on Facebook page, and come hang out with us. A lot of memes going on.
And we should probably do that more often, is instead of, because we talk every month, we talk, kind of at the beginning of the week and say, hey, what should we do tonight?
Yeah.
It's probably easier to just, hey, what should we do tonight? And have somebody else come up with the idea for us. So
yeah, I mean, you guys come up with the idea. It's something you want to talk about. Hey, bada bing, bada boom. There we go.
Yeah, the theme thing seems to be working here. So.
Oh yeah, I love it. You guys all rock. So thank you. Giving you the horns with my formerly broken pinky that's completely sideways. Yeah, it looks deformed. There you go. So, awesome. I'm going to go watch some football. Luke, you want to kick that outro?
Yep, I'm going to get some snacks, get something to eat, and we're going to see you guys later. We'll run the intro/outro. See you next week.
Go Broncos! Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me, man. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have
it.
it. No. We'll talk in the day.
Terrible idea.